So to start off with, we're going to take our Wagon Paws practice website and we're going to delete pieces of it so that we can see how it was put together. I'll start off with my last page first, and I'm going to delete something from the middle of the page so we can see what happens. This is a really cool element brought over from over here where you just put an address in and it'll give you a Google map so people can easily navigate to the school is what you're going to put in. Do not put in your home address, okay? That would be rather silly. So by clicking on the X's in the upper right-hand corner, you can see that it kind of collapses down. It didn't collapse all the way because there's a spacer. And that's how you really make the pages look like what you want to. Spacer is really the king of all the elements as far as making the page look like what you have in mind. So sometimes you can't get the X, you have to click somewhere else and then come back and you just delete all the pieces. One of the things I did want to point out is this little divider here. It looks kind of nice. It's a simple divider. There is another one that you can grab that's an element, but this one is actually just a picture. And if problem with one of those is if you edit the background for this section, let's say change the color, you'll see that there are white pixels in that image. And so in order, if you do decide, hey, let me change the color, then you're going to have to change the picture. Go in and make the pixels exactly the same color as the background. It is possible to do that because there's a unique number for this particular shade of green. Let me change it back to white real quick so we can easily delete all the parts. It's like taking apart your mom's toaster so you can figure out how it works. Fortunately, you don't have to put it all back together, but you do have a section here with no elements on it. It is possible to work with sections. You can move them and delete them, and at least if you have more than one. You can't delete the last one that's on a page or the page wouldn't exist. Let's take a look at another page here. You can see a nice collage of animal pictures, and these are not gallery or slideshow, which are both elements that are really good at uploading a number of pictures and then displaying them on a web page. These are the image element, and they're just sized and placed just right to make this collage. If I delete this big one right here, you'll see that the bottom one will float up to the top. And if we wanted that to be down below, we would need to take the spacer, put it in just the right spot, and make it just the right size. Okay, so if I delete that spacer again, or I delete this picture of a cat, you'll see that this one moves up, but the spacer kept this other dog picture from moving up. So let me just delete one more, and you'll see that now this image is here. It is possible to do things like centering, right justifying, another tool for putting things where you want them to go. The idea here is just to delete everything on the pages. Here's the services page. You can see that we have 3 nice columns here, but there are 3 columns because things were put side by side. There's no tool that says, okay, this section be 3 columns. In fact, I can take these little images and put them right next to each other, and you'll now have 3 images in the center column of 3 columns. If I delete all of these pieces, it becomes a 2-column part of that section. So let's see, delete one more, and you'll see it go ahead and take all the space necessary to fill it up in 2 columns. One of the trickier things is to get rid of this dog. So that's your challenge. Pretty easy to delete something that's in the header. That's what this is called. And notice that because there's only a spacer in there, we can only see part of the dog. It is possible to go in and change the background, and the idea is to get rid of that altogether. Now, there is a grand library of images that you can access here in Weebly, but I don't want you using those. You're going to get rid of everything and then replace it with your own material. There should be nothing on your portfolio website that says edit this text to make it your own. So when you choose another theme for your actual digital portfolio, you're not looking at the pretty pictures that are on it. You're looking at the font, the color scheme, how the menu is laid out for something that you'll be able to adapt to your own. And you'll create that digital portfolio website and delete all the pieces on it in the same way.